gentlemen, hobos and tramps, bug-eyed mosquitoes, and bow-legged ants. I'm about to tell you a story I've never heard before, so pull up a chair, sit on the floor. Admission is free, so pay at the door. A deaf policeman heard the noise and saved the lives of the two good boys. If you don't believe my lies are true, ask the blind man. He saw it too. Welcome all to the St. Martin's Talent Show. We have a great program for you here tonight, and I'm glad to see each and every one of you. So sit back and enjoy the show. Peely and Ruth. Our next performer I've known for many years, and I've always enjoyed our little talks when we are at church together, and I have come to appreciate his own particular form of humor. I give you the comic stylings of Brian Buchanan.
Well, the teacher got kind of irritated by this and reiterated that a whale cannot swallow a person. It was physically impossible. The girl said, well, then when I get to heaven, I'll just ask. The teacher got even more irritated by this, and she said, well, what if Jonah went to hell? The girl said, well, then you ask him. So a kindergarten teacher is walking around the classroom looking at all the drawings that the kids are making. And she looked at this one little girl's, and the little girl was scribbling something out, and the teacher said, that's nice, Sally. What are you drawing? And Sally says, I'm drawing God. The teacher says, Sally, nobody knows what God looks like. She said, in just a minute they will. Okay, this one I have to read or else I'm going to get it wrong. Moses and the Red Sea, it's called. 9-year-old Joey was asked by his mother what he learned in Sunday school. Well, Mom, our teacher told us how God sent Moses behind enemy lines on a rescue mission to lead the Israelites out of Egypt. When he got to the Red Sea, he had his army build a pontoon bridge and all the people walked across it. Then he radioed headquarters for reinforcements. They sent bombers to blow up the bridge, but all the Israelites were saved. Now, Joey, is that what they really told you? Well, no, Mom, he admitted. But if I told you the way the teachers said it, you'd never believe it. Well, Johnny, you think Noah did a lot of fishing while he was on the ark? How could he with just 2 worms?
Oh, no.
A Sunday school teacher says to her children, now we've been learning about how powerful kings and queens were in biblical times. But there's a higher power. Do any of you know what it is? Little girl raises her hand and goes, Aces.
Aces.
I
have to think about that one.
That's why I was waiting.
But now we'll have the song stylings of Dennis Kirsty. As I got to know more about Dennis, I saw a man who looks you in the eye, shakes your hand, and tells you just what is on his mind. And I admire Dennis for that.
Do you ever get one? You ever get one of those days, boy? You ever get one of those days? From morning till night, nothing goes right. You ever get one of those days, boy? You ever get one of those days? You wake up in the morning and turn the shower on. You stand there catching pneumonia, the hot water is gone. Freezing, sneezing, you go to dry your back. You ever get one of those days when there's no towel on the rack? Days. Do you ever get one? You ever get one of those days, boy? You ever get one of those days? From morning till night, nothing goes right. You ever get one of those days? You ever get one of those days? You're going to a drive-in movie with a cute brunette, counting all the kisses that you figure to get. Closer, then she hollers, whoa. You ever get one of those girls who just wants to watch the show? Days. Do you ever get one? Do you ever get one of those days, boy? You ever get one of those days? From morning to night, nothing goes right. You ever get one of those days? You ever get one of those days? You're going to a picnic, and then it starts to pour. So you run through poison ivy, scratch until you're sore. Dance come, tear me off the food. You ever get one of those days when you should have stayed in bed? Oh, days. You ever get one? You ever get one of those days, boy? You ever get one of those days? One of those days!
I sang the song, Love Changes Everything. It's an Andrew Lloyd Webber song, and I sang it at my son's wedding.
Love changes everything, hands and faces, earth and sky. Yes, love changes everything, how you live and how you die. Love can make the summer fly, and the night seem like a lifetime. Yes, love changes everything, now I tremble at your name. Nothing will ever be the same again. Love changes everything. Days are longer, words mean more. Yes, love changes everything. Pain is deeper than before. Love will turn your world around, and that world will last forever. Yes, love changes everything, brings you glory, brings you shame. Nothing in the world will ever be the same. Off into the world we go, planning futures, shaping years. Love comes in and suddenly all our wisdom disappears. Love makes fools of everyone, all the rules we made are broken. Yes, love changes everything, live or perish in its flame. Love will never be the same again. Love will never be the same again.
Lutefisk, everybody knows it because it stinks like rotting fish. Well, anyways, finally, Lena gets Ole to pop the question. And they have a nice wedding down at the Lutheran church. And they're on their way to Minneapolis for their honeymoon. Well, Lena's been waiting a long time. And it's getting late. And he's driving slow. And she says, you know, Ole, she says, we're going to get to Minneapolis pretty late in the evening, you know. She says, we're both going to be kind of tired. She says, maybe we should think about a little honeymoon before we get there. And Ole says, well, yeah. He says, maybe you're right. He says, but he says, I don't think there's any place around here where we could find a place to honeymoon. And Lena, being very clever, she says, well, she says, you know, we could stop the truck. And you got the big tires on here, you know, we could get out and go under the truck. A little honeymoon under the truck. Ole says, yeah. He says, that might work. So they stopped the truck, and he says, you know, but if somebody comes by, sees my truck, and see me under the truck, they're going to wonder what we're doing. And Lena says, well, I'll just tell them you're fixing the muffler. Okay. So a lot of cars are going by, and one car stops, and it happens to be Sven, his buddy. And he rolls down the window, and he says, Ole, he says, what you doing? And Ole, he's busy. He says, he says, I'm fixing the muffler. Sven says, no, he says, you know, should be fixing the brakes, you know, the truck rolled back down the hill.